We know that we are an intrinsic part of nature. Therefore, if we say that we have lost our connection with nature, then we have lost ourselves. Our true nature, our true souls, are wild. The experience of a true connection is of a different order and magnitude. The feeling is one of the self merging with all of nature, the sun, the moon, the oceans, trees, flowers, butterflies, everything living and moving. Alfred Lord Tennyson. To truly know the world, look deeply within your own being. To truly know yourself, take real interest in the world. Rudolf Steiner. To reconnect with our true wild souls, we have to reconnect with nature. Exercises will come later in the video. So how do we connect our souls? To connect, we need information. The animal kingdom, and yes, that is also us, has only one main system to allow us to receive information from both external and internal sources. That is our sensory system. We have well over 20 senses. Our ancient ancestors relied heavily on their senses for hunting, avoiding predators, identifying edible plants, knowing when adverse weather was approaching. Because of this, their senses would have been strong, and they were in tune with the natural world around them. Us? Not so much. As the saying goes, if you don't use it, you lose it. Our senses are no longer that strong because on the whole we don't use them very much. Fortunately, we can improve our senses. When a sensory receptor receives information, it is the sense neurons that fire and send information to the rest of the sensory system. And you can grow new neurons. Growing new neurons strengthens the connection between the receptor and the rest of the system, a bit similar to training your other muscles in the gym. Let's have a look at some ways in which we can make improvements. The inside of the eye is completely covered in photoreceptors, neurons that are triggered by light. Think in terms of pixels. You can grow more photoreceptors and improve the function of existing ones, thereby increasing the resolution. It's called visual plasticity. Using and challenging your eyesight more, for example focusing on distant objects, will improve your distant vision. Playing action computer games where you are having to scan for obstacles, enemies, can help to improve spatial awareness, as well as sensitivity to sharpness and contrast. To improve your peripheral vision, try looking straight ahead and try to identify things to your left or right without moving your eyes or turning your head. Hearing can also be improved through training. Evidenced in people who lose their sight, the changes can be so profound that they develop a sense of echolocation, allowing them to play football or ride bikes. Again, this is neuroplasticity, the ability of neural networks to grow and reorganize. Improve localization, the ability to identify the source of a sound so that you know where it is coming from. This is one of the skills that people without sight use to develop a mental map of their environment. So try closing your eyes and try to identify where the sounds that you can hear are coming from. Focus on what you are hearing. Stop zoning sound out, the birds outside or the fridge humming. Every now and then make a concerted effort to register everything that you can hear. With continued practice, you will find that this starts to happen naturally. Taste and smell are separate senses with their own receptor organs, yet they are intimately entwined. The messages from these receptors converge. This is what allows us to detect the flavours of food. People who are chefs or wine tasters have highly developed senses of smell and taste. Simply naming smells and flavours can help you to remember them and better identify them in future. Doing blindfolded taste or smell tests with the help of a friend is a good way to practice. There is evidence that sniffing your own sweat, yuck, may actually increase the number of olfactory receptors in your nose. And making sure that you have the right vitamins, minerals and other nutrients in your diet can improve almost every sense. Getting the right amount of zinc is important for smell. The real secret to improving your senses is to be aware of them at all times. The more you do this and actually pay attention to things that you can see in the distance, sounds that you can only just hear, smells that are just hanging in the air, smells that you can also taste, like the sea air. Stop thinking of all your senses as being individual and separate. Learn to focus on all of the information that you are receiving at any given time. Can you see where the sound is coming from? You can hear the wind. What does it feel like on your skin? This is called cross-modality, and the more that you build this, the richer and the more vibrant your world becomes. Practice makes perfect, so do practice, practice, practice. Let us know how you get on in the comments. What works, what doesn't? Rewild Your Soul Part 2, Connect, will be coming shortly.